Welcome back to Virginia This Morning. As the coronavirus pandemic continues, scammers are using the confusion as an opportunity to steal money and personal information from the unsuspecting. Did you know that nearly 8,000 people call AARP's Fraud Watch Network helpline every month to report scams? Joining us live by satellite today to talk about this topic, Cathie Stokes, AARP's Director of Fraud Prevention Programs. It's great to see you this morning, Cathie.
Great to see you too. Thanks for having me.
It's our pleasure. This is an important conversation to have because even during the best of times, this is an unfortunate situation to be in. But right now, emotions are at an all-time high. And so is that making us more susceptible to these scams?
It sure is. We've done research over the years. We've talked to con artists themselves, and they say their number one job is to get us into a heightened emotional state. It's what they say is getting us under the ether, because once we're there, we're not thinking logically, and then we will give them what they want, our money or sensitive personal information. And guess what? All of us are in a heightened emotional state, so we're all particularly vulnerable at this time.
This happens in an instant, and when it happens to you, hindsight is always 20/20, and you think, I know better. How did that happen to me? What are some of the common scams that you're seeing related to our current situation that are coming through?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot in the health front. Bad actors or outright criminals saying that they have a cure or a treatment, or you can click on this link to secure your vaccine. All of those are absolute scams. We know that there currently is not a vaccine, although the country is working very hard toward that. We know that there is no treatment or cure, so any kind of email, phone call, anything that you receive that suggests there is an outright scam.
So typically these are coming in maybe as a phone call or an email. That's how they're being received?
Yeah, text as well. Mm-hmm. A lot of our reports are the people are getting texts, and so we just say, unless you know absolutely who's sending that text, do not click on a link, because what will happen is more likely than not, it will download malicious software onto your device, and then that gets into a real mess for people.
It really does happen in an instant, and we're seeing a list of some of these common scams that are happening. And you just want to be aware, maybe even just seeing these will raise the antenna for folks. Are older Americans maybe a particular target right now?
Well, I should say that the con artists, scammers, are going to target anyone if they think that they can get money or personal sensitive information that would lead to getting them money. But older Americans are particularly targeted because they tend to be perceived as having the most assets, right? Mm-hmm. And it stands to reason. We've saved toward our retirement. We may have earned a pension. We have housing wealth. We may have the Social Security check coming in. So it's kind of seen as low-hanging fruit for these scammers.
They're equal opportunity scammers, really. It can happen to anyone, so we should all keep that in mind, but be aware and protect ourselves. We have about a minute left. Cathie, should this happen to you, should you have fallen victim to this, what do you do? What should you do right away?
Well, you should always report to local law enforcement. Make sure you get that on the record. And if you want help, we have a Fraud Watch Network helpline with trained volunteers ready to help you try to figure out what happened and put the pieces back together. That number is 877-908-3360.
I would love to have put that up on screen. We didn't get to right now, but we will make sure to include that information when we post this on our website later today. Cathie, thank you so much for your insight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for getting the word out.
Absolutely. Definitely making sure that you're keeping this top of mind and just protecting ourselves during this time. Take care of you. We'll have all this information on our website, WTVR.com/VTM later today, that phone number included. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more.